TLEV Media.
Bringing the magic of the theme parks to your home.
From vlogs to interviews, TLEV Media is entertainment for all.
What is up, horror fans? My name is Thomas from TLEV Media, and the man, the legend right next to me, if you've been a long-time viewer, you know who this gentleman is. This is the creative director of Halloween Horror Nights here at Universal Studios Hollywood, Mr. John Murdy. Now, John, there's been a lot, and you know, the elephant in the room, right? The stabbed bride, if you will. How has working virtually, I know that you started working virtually when you had moved, how has that changed? And what are some of the things with working from virtually that you want to carry going into 2021 and 2022 and maybe future events?
Well, it's you know, I've been doing it for 3 years, so
right,
for me it was like, hey, this is like, I've got this down. But for the other team members, though, it was an experience, you know, like, but what was cool is that we could all stay so connected to each other. I spend a lot of time at night on video conference calls, you know, starting at like 8 o'clock at night and going till some nights I was doing them at 1 in the morning because of the time change. But the cool thing about our team is everybody hung tight, everybody hung with each other. You know, a lot of us have been working together for so many years that there's like a family kind of bond between us all. So the first time when we all got on a screen together, though, it was really like, it was just like this heartwarming moment where you're like, oh, it's you, I get to see you again. So it was cool, but it's amazing how you can do it, though. I mean, we've all done this, and we've mostly been doing it virtually. So
we were looking. We came earlier for the art department, seeing the workflow, and it was wonderful presentation. Wonderful, just to see a bit of the behind the scenes of how it goes with well, it was Universal Monsters that they were showing, and it's so much of a team effort. So that's really why I wanted to ask it when it came to how has the team adapted. But now pivoting a little bit from this property, let's talk a little bit about now the Bride of Frankenstein lives, and Slash. This is his fourth maze with you, and you as a musician yourself.
Yeah.
What is it about rock and roll and horror that just goes so well together?
I mean, I had two great loves in life, you know. I had loved rock and roll and I loved horror from the time, you know, I was a roadie when I was 10 years old for my brother's band. So I grew up around rock and roll, and we're roughly the same age. We're pretty close to the same age. So we have so many things in common from our, you know, even though he grew up initially in England and then moved to America. So there's just rock and roll's rebellion, you know, that's what it's all based on. And horror is rebellion. So it's like peanut butter and chocolate. It just goes together. So, you know, that's it. But even saying that, though, the music he creates for these mazes isn't your traditional rock and roll score, you know. That piece I played today, it opens with a beautiful string part. So it's fun, and I think it's fun for Slash to step outside his normal, you know, day-to-day experience and do something totally different. I think that's what he loves about it.
Now, Curse of Pandora's Box. This we saw in 2019. Beautiful images. We saw mythology come to life. We saw Medusa. We saw Arachne. What is a mythology that hasn't been present at HHN before that you and Chris and the whole art department just want to sink your teeth in to have your artistic interpretation of?
We've done a fair amount of them now that I'm thinking about it, you know. I should make them do Irish mythology. There's some really weird stuff in there, you know. But actually, you know, I was an exchange student. I lived in Copenhagen in Denmark in college, and Nordic mythology is really weird. So I would say probably those.
Yes. One of our team members is very obsessed with the elves, the story of the elves, and I think that's something that you could totally do a spin on. So, well, John, thank you so much, and we will see you in the fog in September.